Good afternoon, folks. It's Adam with Outdoor Bushcraft. Back at the tripod shelter in the A-frame today. I'm working by myself, so I'm going to try to get some more walls up, build the tripod shelter. Notice on the A-frame, it's not really A-frame the way I got it set up, so I'm going to probably change it back to strictly an A-frame and then build up the side walls for that. But that's what I'm going to work on today, so stay tuned. I just wanted to talk to you guys, get over here and get the view a little bit better. This is my new shelter here. It's a tarp shelter. It's for storing the wood so the wood can stay dry for the most part. So when we have fires out here, we'll have some wood stacked up here. So I just worked on this. Got 2 posts here, 2 posts there. I got the tarp here. That's going to help keep the wood out of the weather. So I'm working on this. I put another log on the over here on the fire wall. That's pretty much complete. It could stand a few more logs, but right now that's fine for now. Just wanted to show some progress. I got this done so far. I was going to work on the tripod shelter today, but there's just not enough time in my day to do that. So, but like I said, this is stuff you can do on your own. It's very simple. You have an axe, you have a bow saw. You can pick this up at Lowe's. This is a Fiskars brand, so you can find it at any of your Lowe's. This is a very good saw. I've been using it now for about a month and a half. It cuts very good. It cuts pretty big logs. It cuts small limbs, cuts small trees down. So far I'm very impressed with the Fiskars. With the tool, basically it's going really good. Another thing, I'll show you. This is the CRKT burler axe. I'll get up a little close in case you can't see. This axe is really good for chopping wood. It's good for making small cuts and stuff like that. So I use this for chopping wood a little bit and a little bit of small cuts. I would have to say that my go-to axe, smaller axe that I use is my Schrade axe, which, just a second, is this Schrade. This is a very good axe. This axe is a Schrade Axe 2. So if you're looking for a good axe that you can use for chipping and making spears or any type of wood that you just want to chop up some branches or form some stuff, good at whittling, this is a really good axe for that. I use this a lot. It seems like this is my go-to axe the most. So you can find Schrade. You could find them at Tractor Farm Supply. I don't know if that model is there. If not, you can go on Amazon and find this model. Schrade. It's SCAXE2. I just looked for that model, and like I said, you can do a lot of these things on your own. You can, like everything that I've done pretty much is simple. It's stuff that you can do on your own. You can chop up some stuff. You just got to have a good work ethic to be able to do this kind of stuff. It's easy to get discouraged sometimes out here. Even me, I get discouraged, when I'm trying to do stuff and things are not going as quickly as I would like to. That's just the way life goes sometimes. Sometimes things go smooth and you get a lot of progress done and you can show different qualities and things that you were able to build. Permanent shelters take a lot longer to build, like I was saying before. Emergency shelters, You can put emergency shelter up within 30 minutes to 2 hours, and you can have you a good shelter. That's something I still plan on doing. I still plan on doing, I would say in November. The way things are going right now, it's going to be November before I get to the second part of this property to show you guys the different shelters you can build. I'm not trying to procrastinate on this channel. I'm just being 100% real with you guys. I have a lot of things going outside this channel, and I love doing this stuff for you guys, but I have other priorities at times and stuff like that. So, but I'm trying to, like I said, this channel is based on beginner to expert. I would consider myself an intermediate experience level. I'm not beginner, but I'm not an expert. I'm just a little bit above beginner. So I'm learning as I go, and I hope anything I talk to you guys about will motivate you guys or get you into doing some outdoor activities, doing some bushcraft stuff. Bushcraft is pretty much defined outdoor activities, whittling, making shelters, stuff like that. As you see in the video here, I got the firewall. All that stuff is considered bushcraft. It's just a term for outdoor, basically shelters and all, making different stuff like that. It has to deal with the outdoors. So, like I said, the progress is coming along. We got the rooftop up of the tripod shelter over there. We got the door frame up. We just got to get the rest of the walls going. And like I said, it's going to take a couple days probably to do a lot of prep work and then film putting it together. And that's something I plan on getting accomplished here the next few weeks before the snow falls. I want to have that completed. Just going to have the proper equipment. That's one thing when you're doing a permanent shelter. It's not an emergency shelter, so a permanent shelter, you got to have all the tools. You got to have all the tools. I've noticed that some people do use chainsaws, so in this situation, in bushcraft, sometimes you can use a chainsaw if you have it. You know, that would make things go a little quicker, chopping up the wood and stuff like that, or sawing up the wood, not chopping, sawing up the wood. It would progress things a lot quicker, but you're not always going to be in a situation where you have a chainsaw and stuff, so always try to have you pack you a gear for your vehicle, whatever it is. You need to have at least some tools. I recommend an axe. Like I said, this is, I think this is like a $29 axe on Amazon. The other axe was $64, the Burler, CRKT. Like I said, this was, I think, $19.99 at Lowe's. Fiskars saw. This has done a lot of work. So it's nice to have a few tools. Definitely have you a water bottle. You have to have some fluids. Pack you some clothes, just in case something comes up where you need, you know, clothes. Have a blanket. This is things you have to have planned before you just jump out and start doing different activities. Or, you know, if emergency came up, you want to have something in your vehicle in case something came up. You would have enough clothes. You would have enough survivor gear in order to survive until you get help. So hopefully I haven't bored you guys yet with all this talking, but sometimes I feel like things need to be explained, and it takes time to explain everything. So thanks for watching today. Well, today basically, I really didn't get a lot of work done on the tripod shelter. Matter of fact, I didn't get any work done on the tripod shelter. I'm not gonna, you know, lie to you guys. When I got out here, I looked at, I don't know, it's like my dad. I grew up, and he would start all these projects sometimes, and he would have 2 or 3 projects going on at once. And I think that's what's happened, which is some of my ADD. I get distracted sometimes, and I start more projects. So today, the whole point was to come out here and cut some logs to work on the tripod shelter, so I would have some more walls put up for the tripod shelter. I even bought a bigger hammer so I could drive in the big nails. I had to buy some big nails to drive into it. So didn't do that. Got over, was cleaning up some stuff a little bit. Noticed the fire pit area. I had a big log that was laying on the ground. So I finished up the fire pit, one side, the fire pit wall, cut that up, put that in there, and thought the other day I was thinking I need to have a dry spot for the wood that I chop up so we can have near the fire. So I made a little shelter there today. A friend of mine gave me a small little tarp. So I put the tarp on that, put some nails in the holes to hold the tarp down. And basically, as you see in the picture that I took on here, that I have a little shelter now. So basically, I spent the last 2-3 hours just working on finishing up the firewall and finally completing a dry shelter area for the wood, chopped wood. So when we do have fires, we have dry wood. We're not having to have a lot of problems with, a bunch of wood that is basically really wet. That's one thing, is if you can have dry wood, it's easier to start your fire, especially if you're in an emergency situation. But if you're in a wet situation, you need to have a little box of embers. I actually have 2 boxes that my mom gave me, tins. I'm going to put some dry materials in there to start a fire. You need to have that type of stuff in case it is a situation where it's wet and you need to get a fire going quickly. So hopefully today's episode was good. I did ramble a little bit, which I think everybody's getting used to that by now in my videos. Like I said, I'm working on some things. This is only my 3rd month of videoing, doing shows and stuff like here on here. So it's going to progress. It takes a little bit of time. I'm glad for the 85 subscribers so far. I would love to build this channel even more. I know that requires my skills going up a little bit more so you guys can get into the videos a little bit more. So I'm working on that, folks. But thank you, and have a great evening.